YouTube was good. It's the Big Cuz D-Spade AOE. Bring you some fresh content as only I could bring you. Look at the time, man. I'm gonna show y'all what it takes to be great. Show y'all the time, bro. 3:49. That's what it takes to be great, man. Long nights, early mornings.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas really going through some real life shit, like, you feel me? And I'm just talking about this pain cause it hurt for real. And I ain't trying to feel this pain, I need a perk for real. I remember we was down, now we work some minutes. But that shit can bring them back, no, no. Ever folded in the jam, no, no. Would you ever take the stand, no, no. Do you think they understand, no, no. Gotta stand up like a man, hold on. And I'm just talking about this pain cause it hurt for real. And I ain't trying to feel this pain, I need a perk for real. I remember we was down, now we work some minutes. But that shit can bring them back, no, no. Ever folded in the jam, no, no. Would you ever take the stand, no, no. Do you think they understand, no, no. I gotta stand them like a man, hold on. Yeah, I'm so sick of this pain, be feeling the same, baby. And this feeling is strange, I don't feel the same, baby. I feel left in the dark, I'm feeling the rain, baby. Losing more of my heart, I'm feeling the change, baby. I ain't playing, gotta watch the ones you're next to, yeah. Gotta stay up on your pivot before they catch you, yeah. They can't wait for you to slip and say they helped you. Whole time they be the main reason why you fell. And I'm just talking about this pain cause it hurt for real. And I ain't trying to feel this pain, I need a perk for real. I remember we was down, now we work some minutes. But that shit can bring them back, no, no. Ever folded in a jam, no, no. Would you ever take the stand, no, no. Do you think they understand, no, no. Gotta stand up like a man, hold on. I'm just talking about this pain cause it hurt for real. And I ain't trying to feel this pain, I need a perk for real. I remember we was down, now we work some minutes. But that shit can bring them back, no, no. Ever folded in a jam, no, no. Would you ever take the stand, no, no. Do you think they understand, no, no. Gotta stand up like a man, hold on. Yeah, baby.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Hey man, it's the Big Cuz D-Spade AOE, bringing some fresh content as only I could bring you. Reacting to Shakedown'S 2K information on 2K24. Let's get into the video.
Hey, you know who it is. If you don't, it's your boy Shake. So what up, 2K fans? You know who it is. If you don't, it's your boy Shake. It is that time of year. We've got Mike Wayne on Twitter giving us a lot more in-depth information about how NBA 2K24 has changed. I'm going to do this series in parts, so stay tuned for more as more information comes through. But in this video, we're going to focus on shooting. When asked by Brandon Hayes, what's your favorite thing about the new Pro Play feature? Mike says, I love how authentic the jumpers are. If you love the NBA, you'll immediately notice. We also get animations from Pro Play that we wouldn't think to capture in mocap. So there are some really unique shots, moves, and passes that change the gameplay for the better. So pro play is not necessarily strictly for scoring animations only. He mentions later that there's even new inbound animations. It sounds like pro play is going to add a lot more to the nuance of just more authentic, realistic looking basketball. One of the toughest things that the 2K devs have to deal with is trying to make everybody happy. You know, there's a portion of the community that actually wants more realistic gameplay, and then there's a large portion of the community that wants a more arcade experience. You have guys that want them to focus more on offense, allowing them to create more space and dribble longer, and then you have guys that want them to focus more on defense so they can put a stop to some of that overpowered gameplay. Now, Mike is not the only dev, but he tends to be the face in social media and kind of speaks up for a lot of them. I don't know how he's lasted this long. Mike chimes in with more information. Generally, all advanced shot types, spins, step backs, got a buff in the mid-range. And all advanced layups, euros, floaters, reverses, hops, spins, quick scoops, got a buff too. Try to mix up your arsenal of scoring.
Good thing I got a bag,
you'll be rewarded.
I got a
I'm
bag
glad you made this statement because a couple guys saw the clip I put out about how 2K got so much right in that Kevin Durant clip. But quite a few of them were saying this contest is going to be considered smothered. But obviously Mike is making it clear that they gave a buff to mid-range shots. So you will be able to make shots like this, especially step backs off the dribble. When asked by Sweet Light, with the custom jump shots that we make in the Jump Shot Creator, will there still be grades on the shot attributes? If so, how exactly does that work? Like, is it better to have an A+ rather than a B-? The higher the grade, the better the shot? And Mike responds, it's to your benefit to create a jumper with the highest grades you can, but you can still be successful with lower grade shots. Defensive immunity is one I'd particularly recommend paying attention to. It can have a stronger effect than most think. I said this in a few of my jump shot videos in 23 that you don't have to worry about having a really high timing impact. But the one that you really need to be looking for is defensive immunity. Defensive immunity seems to go up the higher your my player holds the ball over his head. The harder it is for the defender to contest it, the easier it'll be for you to make that shot. When asked by Buckets, can we see greens right away this year? Please, everyone wants to know. And Mike says, greens are still delayed because I like it that way. And I'm glad it is too. I like the delayed greens, creates more anticipation and drama, and at times it can reduce the cherry picking. When asked, how is drawing fouls in rec? Is there an emphasis on the skill? Can you purposely do it? And Mike says, we spend a lot of time on this, and it's way better. If you fake and get the defender to bite, you can draw a foul and get and ones way more reliably. Also, if blockers jump wildly for no reason, they'll land on the ball handlers and get called for foul. This is especially good for you guys that have mastered the mid-range. If you do a lot of fades or you do a lot of step-back pull-ups, guys are going to leap out on you. But if you actually pump fake after those animations, you can draw a lot of fouls, and apparently you'll get rewarded with some and one buckets. And on the topic of fades, how are fades looking this year? Fades got a buff in the mid-range and big nerf at the 3. I still feel like with the right badges, good shot timing, maybe while I'm in takeover, I'm probably still gonna pull off some dribble pull-ups when you guys call fades and still knock some crazy shots down from the 3-point line. You know that's gonna be one of the #1 videos a lot of YouTubers are gonna put out, how to knock down fades. You could nerf it, but someone with a high 3-point rating, they're gonna be making those kind of shots. Another good question from the community. Are green swishes back in 24? And Mike makes it clear, not every make will be a swish, because green or miss will be a swish every shot. But there are a lot more swishes in NBA 2K24. I'm pretty sure no one will complain about the occasional rim in. All I know is that when I green a shot, if I see the ball rattling all over the rim, bouncing up, hitting the top of the backboard, and then going in, I'm gonna lose my mind. I can see if my shot is contested and I still greened it and it rattles the rim. But if I'm wide open, it should be a swish. If I get a long, drawn-out animation on a green release on a wide open shot, that's gonna be scaring my teammates. We've got a great question from Badge Plug. Does shooting have a pure green window in 2K24 like in 2K19? If you had a certain rating plus jump shot, timing the shot right meant it was always green, if open. And Mike says, yes, the green window is pure and will be a guaranteed make if you hit it. Heavily contested shots may still look like full white misses, but that's just an artifact of the art. There will always be a possibly sub-pixel sized green window on every shot attempt. So yeah, you're still gonna have to master your shot timing. And I always recommend to you guys to
Yeah,
turn the meter off.
Word up.
That's my recommendation because you always get a boost to
turn that
shooting without
meter
it.
off.
I ran with a lot of new faces last year on PS5.
Go to Xbox.
And usually when
now.
we have a team of 4, we need one. We pick up that one guy and we see him take one shot and he's got that meter. The first thought that goes through people's mind is,
yeah, he's a noob, but he can't shoot.
but trust me, I ran with a lot of you guys last year that shoot with the meter all greens. But I'm just telling you, you get a boost if you shoot
Take that
without it.
meter off,
So
man.
try to
Run it
learn
up.
how to knock those shots down without the meter. And speaking of the shot meter in general, Mike says your opponents and teammates won't see your meter online in 2K24. But my advice is to turn off the meter as soon as you learn your timing. Shot meter off increases your green window size by 20%. And then a good question, is it green only or can you make whites again? Whites will not go in on Hall of Fame, Rec, or Park. So finally, if you haven't heard it before, we get an exact percentage of how much of a boost you get for shooting without the
20% is a
meter.
lot, like a
20% is a
mug.
lot. So as I stated, get used to turning it off. Unless you play my team or you play a lot of quick rank matches where you're controlling all 5 players, those are cases where you don't know everyone's jump shot, so it's beneficial to have that shot meter on. But man, you missing out on 20% more chance of a green
That's a
if you're
fact.
shooting with that meter on. Question from Freddie. Can we still lock our layup timing with L2 like in 2K23? And Mike says, yes, for jumpers too. Low key, fun way to shoot. What? Question from She Love Van. Will bases be back like base 38? And Mike responds, no generic numbered shots. We're all in on real NBA player shots generated by Pro Play. There are a ton of options though.
Damn,
I'm
you
sure
want
you'll
numbered
find something you
jumpers.
like. So yeah, just like in 23, you're gonna choose from real life player jump shots. From what I'm hearing about Pro Play, it's gonna make those jump shots look even more authentic than they ever did before. They just need to make sure that Carmelo Anthony's jump shot is in the game early.
that Melo
Question
talk.
from 2K frequently. With Pro Play, have jump shots been revamped? In the clip, KD jump shot looks a bit different to the one we currently have. Yeah, we have a ton of new jumpers sourced from Pro Play. KD's jumper perfectly mirrors his real life shot. Happens to be the shot I've been using on my player for the last few weeks too. So yeah, as I just stated, Pro Play is gonna make everyone's jump shot look more authentic. I just hope they can get some of the older players' jump shots
word
down
up.
too. I think they've done a pretty good job with some of the players in the past, but I definitely want to see an update on T-Mac's jump shot. He's somebody who I would love to start using his jumper more often in 2K. Mike puts out a statement to the community. For those asking what rating you need to be consistent, it depends on your skill and shot IQ. Some will be deadly with a 75 3-point. Try out the build tester or 2KU with different NBA players on Hall of Fame to get an idea of what you need for your build. In season 1, I found out that shooting with an 83 ball, I was still able to green a lot of shots. I even put a lot of clips out on Twitter of me doing that. But in order to hit dribble pull-ups and fades, I upped it to an 89 or 90. But then in season 6, I made a Kobe build with a high mid-range and a lower 3 ball back down to an 80. But by then I had mastered dribble pull-ups and fades, so I was back to hitting those same kind of shots. I wonder if I should come out of the gate with an 83 ball again. Another question from the community, is every shot greenable, or will we still have full bars that just miss? For the green window size, is it pure rating / defensive contest that determines the size of the window? Now Mike did answer this in a previous tweet, but he says, yes, every shot that's not 100% smothered is greenable. Window size determined by a ton of factors. Defense, ratings, and badges being the primary drivers. Contested shots are very hard to knock down on higher difficulties. So yeah, all shots are greenable. If you're still shooting full whites and you can't see the green window, it's probably because you have a low rating in that category from the 3-point line or mid-range area. If you need help with the meter, just try not to take too many contested shots. As I saw earlier, despite your build, you can get any takes you want in game. So I play as an out of position power forward at 6'10 to 6'11. Will I get to choose shot take if my midi isn't up high like that? Or is there a limit? And Mike lets the world know, you can choose any. Just don't expect shooting takeover to make you DeRozan if you're rocking a 25 shot mid-range. Yeah, I said this yesterday in the Courtside Report breakdown video. You can choose a takeover for any of the categories, even if your attributes are low. So if your opponent is scoring a lot and you have pretty good defensive attributes, but you normally would put on like sharp and slasher take or sharp, double sharp take or something like that, you could actually choose a defensive takeover to boost your defensive attributes pertaining to the situation on the court. This allows for a lot more strategy, and this is a way more dynamic takeover system. It would be like Michael Jordan's last game as a Bull, as if he activated defensive takeover and shot creating takeover, where he strips Karl Malone and then gets the ankle breaker pull up for the game winning shot. Whatever your team needs and the situation calls for it, that's the takeover you want to activate. Got a good question from Jay. Are green animations going to pop every time? And when I green, is it going to swish more consistent? And Mike says, yes. You'll get your shot celebration animation on every made green outside of 15 feet. Remember in 23, you had to knock 3 shots down in a row, and on that 3rd shot, you'll get your animation. But now he's saying you'll get your animation on every green. But don't worry, that's not gonna lead to a bunch of cherry picking if you don't see that animation. I'm hearing that that animation is delayed with the green release effect. Good question from Pure Snow. What's the difference in shot contest percentage from A+ to F? We don't want to guess, we want to know how effective the grades are. A+ will reduce the contest score by 30%, F will boost it by 30%. Note this is subject to change. So I'm telling you guys, unless you're really good with the jump shots that you use, you still want to try to get that defensive immunity up as high as you possibly can. Mike with another statement to the community. Variable shot timing has been toned down for 2K24. Also, we changed the shot timing impact shooting attribute to shot timing stability. Higher stability grades will further dampen the effects of fatigue/defense on your shot speed. So he says he changed it from timing impact to timing stability. The higher the grade, the better you are at shooting while you're tired, and it can change the effects of reducing your shot speed when the defender is closing in on your shot. On some of these statements, we're gonna get a better feel for what he's talking about when we're actually playing the game. Question from Low Post. What impacts shot timing stability jump shot grades? Badges or ratings or all of the above? And Mike says, it's a jump shot grade.
It's crazy,
release speed, release height, defensive immunity, and timing stability. So once again, this is all pertaining to creating a jump shot. It's no longer timing impact that you have to worry about. It's called timing stability. And I said this earlier, quite a few of my jump shots in 23 had a low timing impact rating, and I was still greening shots left and right. It's now called timing stability, and at least now we know exactly what it does. The higher the timing stability, the better you are shooting when you're fatigued, and it won't change up your shot speed as much when a defender closes out. On the same topic, another good question from Mark Klein. Is it going to be strictly green or miss in the rec, or will there be whites that bounce around the rim or fall in, or is that also part of greening a shot? And Mike makes it very clear, it's green or miss. I used to argue with my boy Spec in 2K20, saying,
What up? It's the voice of the big cuz, D-Spade, man. You tuned in to my YouTube channel where I drop exclusive content that nobody gets to see. So like, share, subscribe to the channel.
Give me everything I earn, or I'ma just go get it. It's amazing what I learned streaming my first million. Unless you wrote it, dog. Never sign no contract with him. Unless you get the most out, but pay him back so little. Loyal to mine, you can say I'm a stand-up nigga. When he stood up for the homies, they ain't stand up with him. They never had good intentions, now I'm worth some millions. Just a price tag to you, that shit hurt my feelings. I'ma say it, but just listen, I'm really rapping with pro. I got knives all in my back, I have my slice of the bar. Imaginary dreams, every nigga wish they could fly. That's why I smoke this weed, closest I'ma get to the sky. Stay dangerous, I'm clutching on this grip till I die. I ain't buying nothing when I saw my dreams with this eye. Do it for yourself, and then see if your team on your side. For my real niggas, really on my team, I'ma slide. I choose loyalty, cause I don't trust anything, nigga. Watch your friends way harder than your enemies, nigga. While my friends go so hard to put an enemy, nigga. I can feel him in this energy different. I should've known, I felt their energy shifting. I've been new since niggas was distant. They all talk like big dogs when it's time. I'ma show you they bitches. Let me shine, let me go by my business. Already took all the riches, and it ain't no handouts for help either. Blood, sweat, and tears, bitch, I'm fighting for mine. I go to war for all my kids, I put my life on the line. I got a select few of niggas I see me dying about. When them niggas ran down, they seen them lions come out. Skinny nigga, big homie, the money makers come out. So much money around my table, ain't no debating too much. I got some niggas out in B-more, get it shaking too much. The money makers out in Jersey, wake up to it early. I hate niggas who overcook it, they be baking too much. My only dream to stay alive and teach my sons how to drop. My girl always tell me, boy, you playing too much. Why? Coming from where I'm
Spade for the cutscene.
Way down top. Bang! Bang!